Viewers and subscribers, this is still BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. Since last weekend, Friday, when the Supreme Court delivered a judgment removing Abure as the chairman of Labour Party, a lot of obedient movement and people who care to know the position of things as it concerns Peter Obi and the rest of Labour Party members. They gathered in Abuja, and I want to bring you the sequence of events as it happened. Because to start with, the governor of Abia State delivered that CTC and read out the paragraph where even Abure and his cronies are trying to manipulate through their agents, as you know.
It was an appendage. Consequent upon the foregoing, the decisions of both trial courts and the court below, recognizing Barrister Julius Abure as the national chairman of the first respondent, are hereby set aside. And suite number FSC is hereby struck out for want of jurisdiction. In the same vein, the first respondent's cross appeal in appeal number being an offshoot of the same judgment of the court below, is hereby dismissed. Before I am done, may I admonish political parties and their members to endeavor to always allow their constitutions, rules, regulations, and guidelines to guide them in choosing their officers as well as candidates. That way, incessant internal rifts, which always find their way to court, will be reduced. If the constitution of a political party has prescribed duration for tenure of office of an officer, such officer should be humble enough to live at the expiration of the tenure. In the final analysis, I find this appeal to be meritorious and is hereby allowed. Parties shall bear their respective course. Appeal allowed in very, very clear sentence. Signed, John Enyanguru, Justice of the Supreme Court. Need we say more? No,
sir. Good. Thank God that audio was leaked. Because if that is not the case, you perhaps be hearing something different from the CTC. I'm telling you, then you can now be left with going to argue with your ancestors. You know, it is always good to be on the lookout and the watch out, because they never knew that this kind of judgment will come out. In Nigeria today, in the Nigerian judiciary, they never believe so. Only God knows what that judge was thinking before delivering that judgment for the first time in recent time. Now, Peter Obi, you know, address the occasion as well. I want you to take a look at this.
I can see all major stakeholders. I think everybody has spoken. What we did, and when Governor spoke, I believe he spoke for both of us, in the sense that we discussed at length, consulted at length, and Governor agreed to take this issue on with Abure. And I was surprised when I saw, when we met and he told me his reply, and when I started reading certain things about his private meeting and conversation in national newspaper, I was shocked. Sorry, it's not on a mission. I was shocked. But if you know me very well, I usually operate from point of weakness.
I think at this time he was addressing people like Kenneth Okonkwo, who was also seated right there at the meeting.
It is better that people say you're weak, because it allows me to exhaust reason. You must exhaust reason before you fight, before you ask anything. So we went to court. And I'm sure you know I've followed court in this country. Deliciously. I'm the first governor to come through court, to come back from impeachment, and to change the electoral calendar in this country. So I believe in court process. And I share what my brother that said. In this case, the court has taken the rightful position. They've done the right thing. It is for all of us to go out. We are not saying we've won. Labour Party won. The future of Labour Party, is there any party that would have been a party of choice today in this country, if not for the delay and going through that process, it would have been Labour Party. But I assure you, it will be a party of tomorrow. Some have speculated all sorts of things. Some have even said, oh, he has left Labour Party. Some of us are on our way out. Some of us are on our way this. Let me assure you, we are Labour Party members. I have never discussed with any other party. If we are going to discuss with anybody, we'll discuss it jointly from our house at Labour Party. No party will tell you that they've seen me discussing with them. And like I always say, Governor, we would sit down and discuss. Everybody, leadership, stakeholders will say, we want to be part of this. It is not P2B's choice. It is choice of everybody. We must move and do everything we are doing as a family, because we're choosing to be family. And this family does not exclude anybody. Like Governor has said, let's do the right thing. Let's go and do from ward to local government, to state, to zone, come and do it nationally. Nobody, everybody is free to contest. Everybody is free to. By the time the caretaker comes out with whatever they want, everybody is free. Nobody is excluded. And we'll ensure fairness. We want to build a party that will be fair, a party that will be just, a party that people can look at and say, this is how this party is. We want to go into the next election knowing fully well that we're offering Nigerians the best of people and competent people for House of Assembly, for House of Rep, for Senate, for Governor, for any level of election. So we want to be ready. We want to correct even mistakes we made in the past. Because there were mistakes. So we need to correct it. We are going to be sure that whoever wants to contest House of Rep, House of Assembly now, will be a Labour member. Not on transit, not passing by. We want to be sure that those who go to House of Rep are not passerby. They are members of our party. And they are competent. And they will stand with the party. Because we want to be a party of ideology. Not party where you just elect people and they become whatever goes on. And I thank those who stood, especially my brother there, at the time, even if you were a lone voice, be alone. We must have senators who agree with us. That is what we want. Even if we go and fail, we'll fail. But it is better to fail being right than be on the side of wrong. That is what we want. And we're going to do that for Nigeria. Do not fear anybody. Those who feared yesterday have not done it better. We must speak when things are wrong. Nigeria is collapsing. Anybody can say anything. The numbers are clear. The indices are clear. Very clear. More and more people. Apora, if you want, go to your village. The people who are begging now are no longer, there are even people who are that are no longer people who used to feed and are begging. Even in this hotel. Every time I enter this hotel now, I see people who are telling me, Oga, I just came to Abuja, I can't go back. In this hotel. So that shows you, these are where I used to come here. People say, Oga, will you drink? Come and eat. Come and do this. Nobody's offering me anything now. They're asking me to bring something. That shows how bad it is. When you now see somebody without but are telling you, I can't go back. Further to this, now that we have received and seen this and heard this, we have further condition that the leaders of this party, the elected members and major stakeholders, we're going to leave from here to INEC to go and submit this document so that we can start the process. Because we have exhausted the reason. We will go there now, all of us from here today, and say, here is the document from court. This is our own resolution. So can we now start process of rebuilding with your recognition so that nobody gives us the excuse tomorrow?
Good. Now, not just that he said forward march to INEC. Eh? They went to INEC. Oh, it was a battle for them to gain entrance in INEC because INEC could not even believe it that truly Abure is out because they wanted him to remain there and continue doing the damage for them. You know their partnership. Don't say I mean talk am saying an APC. But we all know where the whole thing is coming from. But finally they gained access and delivered the CTC to them.
The INEC, the leadership that is there, INEC commissioners, I can see a lot of things definitely to use the commissioner from my state, Mr. Kenneth, okay, to reach out to all of you, including the directors. It's certain first time that I've been reading her all the time. I'm happy to meet you, man. Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, CON, I need to use you to reach out to all the other members of this.
Now, back to that meeting. Because the governorship candidate of Edo State, when he was speaking, he talked bitterly because he knew that these agents of APC, leading Labour Party, made a mess of their opportunities.
Your Excellency, the leader of the party, Mr. Peter Obi, Your Excellency, performing governor, all of the protocols observed. Permit me to, however, wish our Deputy Governor of Abia State a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, sir. Today is a watershed moment. Many of us have been worried. Many of us have been crestfallen. Many of us have been heartbroken. Many of us have been so disturbed. But many of us have kept faith. And the reward for that is what we have just witnessed today. It is a much sweeter victory today. But never again.
Never again.
Never again.
Labour Party, never again.
Never again.
Should we allow a few to cause so much harm? They've set us back. But God is on our side. And I am of the belief that with all of us working together in our respective wards, where it should all begin, as our governor has very rightly said, with all of us working together, we can be on the ascendancy once again.
And with that saying, may it never happen again, goes a long way to know the pain the man carried and bared in that governorship election in Edo State. It was a disgrace of an outing. It's because of a man like Abure. And that is exactly what they want to do to Peter Obi come 2027. If peradventure Abure remained there till then. But thank God, things had gone this way. But as we are thinking and believing, some of you who are rejoicing that the battle is over, they have removed that Kengonofe. That is, they have removed the hand of APC in Labour Party. They are still cooking up another one. Oh. Hey, you remember our Papa? They have resurrected that one that could go long advance. Yeah? And heading to do his own press statement.
Following the decision of the Supreme Court on setting aside all judgments that recognizes the leadership of Julius Abure as national chairman, I, Alhaji Bashiru Lamidi Akpakpa, who is the most senior deputy national chairman of our great party, and in consonance with our party constitution's Article 14(2)(a), B, hereby takes over the running of affairs of our great party with effect from today, Wednesday, the 9th day of April 2025, in acting a capacity, and Alhaji Farouk Umar Ibrahim as National Secretary.
And I even saw one video where he was waiting for his turn in television. The sponsors are already giving him the money to go and present himself anywhere to keep stirring the confusion. But I must tell you, all of those things, we know where it's coming from. If you take a look at this, you will see one Pastor Okozie, whatever. That's, I don't even know him, and I don't even want to know him, but he's an agent of AP. You can go and search him on the S platform. Do you understand how happy they are that their man is out again to cause more confusion for Labour Party? That is to tell you that it is all coming from APC. You know, be me Takamo, now them they show them by themselves, because they say, by their fruit you shall know them. That the fruit they bear, we already know where this whole thing is coming from and why they are so apprehensive about 2027 election. Are you no longer in power? You in power, Abi? Why are you afraid of contesting against the man of the people, the hope of many Nigerians to free themselves from bad governance and the kind of economic hardship you have plunged Nigeria into? I'm talking about this government that hijacked power to themselves. Let me talk. You hear our own man, the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party, when he said it clearly.
Reflect on this. Labour Party scored 10 million votes plus, reduced to 6.1 million.
10 million votes. 9 people to be get, but they do their wuru. We know APC and PDP in that election did not get up to 2 million votes put together. All they did was to steal Peter Obi's vote, Labour Party's vote in that presidential election, and turned everything upside down. But we are waiting for them come 2027. Nigerians, don't give up, because this fight is all about you. It's not about Peter Obi or Dati or anyone in particular. It's about you, because there is no other way you can fight this madness you call government as we have today. Let me have your opinion on this. This is the best I can bring for now, while more development will be brought to you. Let the discussion continue in the comment section. I still may not switch Peters, your advocate for good governance. Help me share this video for wider understanding to Nigerian people what is going on. I will keep you updated on this platform. Bye-bye for now. GGN, uniting the people for good governance.